Alright YouTube, I know it's been a while since I made a new video, but I've really been waiting for the 2 free Yu-Gi-Oh card Shonen Jump promotion. I've been waiting for the cards to come in before I made a new video, and now that they've come here, I've modified my level control deck with the synchros in it to accommodate for the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon that I've got. I'm still looking for another 2 copies, but from what I've got so far, this is the current deck. Here we got the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, the heart line of what essentially is his deck. The deck's pretty much going to run on him, and the fact that the deck is now more of a dragon oriented deck because of this card. Nice effect. We got the Horus level 4s again. We keep those in. We want that magic control. We want to lock them down. 2 copies of each of level 4 and level 6. Another 2 copies of level 8. Then we add 2 copies of level 3. The Armed Dragon level 5. 2 copies of that. 1 copy of level 7 because we really don't need the Armed Dragons. They're just there because they also take advantage of the level up cards and the other level oriented cards, as well as being dragon types themselves. We really want them for the brute strength. I removed the Creebons from the deck since they were not dragon types, and they kind of, in this certain deck, it kind of backfires on them to not be dragon types. So we got Magna Dragos, 2 copies of Magna Drago to replace them. This card now really benefits from the dragon support that I added to the deck, such as 2 copies of Masked Dragon, really essential to bringing out those stronger cards. We get that Armed Dragon level 3, level that up, or we get that Magna Drago out on the field, or you can just have a wall of Masked Dragons for a turn or 2. Then we got 2 copies of Luster Dragon. They're just there for brute strength, and the fact that they're dragon types really helps them out. We got 3 copies of Mirage Dragon. We want to be able to get through the trap cards that they lay down, further locking their deck down, and the fact that it's a dragon type also helps it out in this deck. A new card that I recently got, Totem Dragon, really interesting card, since it has the benefits of a dragon type, but also it has 2 really good effects that really help out this deck. The first one is that it acts as a 2, it's treated as 2 tributes. So if I'm summoning a level 7 or 8 dragon, I can just tribute it. But a better effect that it has that really helps it out is that if it's in the graveyard and I have no monsters on the field or magic or spell cards on the field, it gives it the effect that it could come back to the field. Really useful if I want to summon those level 8 and 7 dragon types, and it's a continuous effect until its effect is actually used to tribute it. But it's a really great card. I'm thinking of getting another copy of it, so I'll be looking for it. I also added an Infernal Dragon for the more of a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon support, as well as brute strength. It's a really win-win situation with this card. Might think of picking up another copy of this. Light and Darkness Dragon. Its lockdown capabilities aren't as good as the rest of the deck, but the fact that it's a dragon type and the fact that it's easier to summon now really gives it a place to be in this deck. Its extra effect also may come in handy. Then we get Sangan. Its effect more than makes up for it not being a dragon, but it could be a problem later on in the duel, so we kind of want to use him late in the game while the Totem Dragon's pretty much gone. Dandelion, also another card I got from the promotion. Really good effect for some of those level 8 and 7 star dragon types. And it has a pretty good effect that it just has to go to the graveyard. It doesn't have to actually be destroyed. Very good card, actually. Phantom of Chaos, a really good card. Its effect really makes up for the fact that it's a fiend type and not a dragon type, because its effect really benefits this entire deck. It could become whatever. It could be a level monster and be leveled up to the next level, and it can also, you know, be used as a like a synchro or as a tuner monster. It could be used as a to make a synchro. Moving on, Jinzo, its trap disabling effect really makes up for it not being a dragon type, and it really adds to the lockdown of this deck. End of Anubis also, his effect to lock out graveyard effects really makes up for the fact that it isn't a dragon, and its 6-star 2,500 attack point also isn't a bad thing either. It's another plus. Here we have DD Warrior Lady. Its effect really is useful to make it a staple in this deck. Although it's not a dragon type, its effect really makes up for it. We got the 3 copies of Level Up. We want to level up those dragons, have them stronger, like quicker. 2 copies of Magical Mallet, really essential when you have those stronger armed dragon or Horus. If you have them too early in the game, or if you really have a dead draw and you have this card in your hand, really gives you a second chance at drawing something better. Swords of Revealing Light, it's a staple. Really good for getting Horus back if your last one's been destroyed. It's bringing back Horus for a next turn. Really offsets its negatives. Monster Reborn, a staple. Heavy, a staple. Scapegoat, really good for stalling. Mystical Space Typhoon, another staple. Lightning Vortex, another staple. 2 copies of Royal Decree. More of the lockdown effect to disable the traps. Japanese Mayor Force. I can't find an English one, but this will do. And a Sakuretsu armor. That's pretty much for the main deck. The synchros for this, I have Goyo Guardian, the Black Rose Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Stardust Dragon. And that is all. If any of you have any recommendations on the deck, or if anybody has an extra copy of Red